Now, what I got here is the Marvel's Platinum Edition book slipcase, and it is huge. Alright, I have never had a book this big before. Or maybe it's just the packaging and the book is like a third of the size or something. Now, I only got this for like 267 ringgit. Here's the conversion for you Americans or Westerners out there. And yeah, I got it from Big Bad Wolf, which is known for selling, you know, books. Now, Big Bad Wolf specifically sells remaindered books. Yes, that is why they are so cheap. And I am pretty satisfied with their service as of far. I only have one comic book that is a little bit on the iffy side when it comes to the actual physical quality. But other than that, every other book I bought is in pretty good quality, at least acceptable. And I hope this big bad boy joins in the ranks of those books that are in good shape. Let's get unboxing. And here we're going to do a brief overview of the book. Here it is, Phil Sheldon. The art is so huge, you can actually see the little dusts and little paint splatters on it. Right. Let's actually start off with the first ever page. Marvel's The Platinum Edition. Here we have Spider-Man under the spotlight, just, you know, giving out a hand. Of course, the foreword by the man himself, Stan Lee. Look at that. Of course, here we have the credits for Marvel's issue number 1 till 4 and Marvel's issue number 0, and the table of contents. 512 pages in total. Yep, this book is very huge in terms of content too. Let's just zoom in. Here we have the original Human Torch and Namor just fighting off the Japanese and the Nazis, just absolutely blasting their asses, and the audience in the theater just goes wild, and the outlook on superheroes basically changed. It's the turning point. And you may have noticed the mutants and the Sentinels. There is also a huge emphasis on mutants, mutant bigotry, racism, the whole shebang. We have Phil Sheldon even harboring those feelings himself. We have Jameson. Yeah, it basically goes through the history of Marvel. Here we have a riot, a race riot, if you will, that is spurred on by the bigotry of mutant haters. Look at that, kill them all, holy crap. And here we have Spider-Man climbing. Yep, it's the all down to earth viewpoint of Phil Sheldon. And just take a huge leap forward to the day he spends his time with Gwen Stacy, the final days of Gwen Stacy. In fact, spoiler alert. Here we have a seafood invasion, and Gwen Stacy just, even in these circumstances, she smiles. Yep, spoiler alert. Here it is, folks, the day she died. All in the viewpoint of one Phil Sheldon. It is a turning point for our character as he contemplates his whole career. You can see him looking at all his pictures he took and just thinking like, maybe I should just retire. And you know what? Retire he does. The last pages of the book, and you know what? Let's just take a step back and just live my life. That boy is gonna grow up to be Ghost Rider. And of course end it ending with a camera. It's very poetic, let me just say. Here we have the Marvel's sources. Everything you see in this book is from a Marvel comic. You have the proposal. Yep, look at that. Huge scripts for the book. Here we have the sketches for the original Human Torch. Very nice. It's always nice to see the process of drawing these images, making them come to life in the classic Alex Ross style. Let me just readjust the book here. Turn to the... Let's turn... Yeah, okay, those are more scripts. And here we have sketches of Galactus, Captain America, Bruce Banner, J. Jonah Jameson, I think. And here's the bulk of what the book is. Pinup gallery and covers. And that's the cover for the book, of course. Yeah, and this is what you're buying the book for, basically. All of the covers from the 90s up until 2014. X-Woman in the 90s. Yeah, you're basically getting every single Marvel cover art that Alex Ross did up until 2014. And this is from Earth X, I think. Yes, some sketches for that. I really love the concept of Earth X. I really should read it. Look at those costumes. Gosh, so beautiful. Here we have Iron Man holding an apple, and Daredevil and Spider-Man, done more stylistically than his usual fare. You can see from Spider-Man's eyes alone that it's very, very different. Let's just go through more of these. Yep, yeah, a little bit spoilery, some of these covers. Let's turn the page. Huge spread art, very lovely. Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus, Daredevil. Namor with wings similar to that of Black Bolt's. I really wonder how that came to be. I really should look up on that. Here we have a dominatrix pleasuring Captain America. I mean, it's fine by me. We all have our vices. Sure, Goraf. And yeah, that's really it. All the cover art up until 2014, September 2014 to be more specific. And yep, we end in a farewell with acknowledgements and a small little article about Marvel's itself and the history. Black page, and boom, that is it. Of course, there's a huge Marvel's logo to go with the huge book, and it is very nice. If you're a fan of Alex Ross, you should definitely get it. Oh, and before we end this video, for a sense of scale, here's a Marvel's Eye of the Camera standard hardback with Marvel's Platinum Edition. Yeah, this is a very, very big book, and the sequel is not that good, at least compared to the first one. And that is it for the Marvel's Platinum Edition unboxing and overview. The physical quality of the book is pristine, no problems there, and the book itself is very, very great. If you're a fan of Alex Ross, if you're a fan of Marvel's, and if you have the money to spend, I recommend it. Of course, I bought it at like $60, so it's definitely worth it for me. Let me know in the comments if it's worth the actual original price of $200. And if you want, just comment down below what other comic books you want me to look at, if you have any suggestions, of course.